Chapter 14 Julius Caesar Learning Objectives 1. To understand the play. 2. To comprehend Julius Caesar's dilemma. Warm up. Julius Caesar. Foreshadowing. Ideas of March. Julius Caesar. Assassinate. Mark Antony. Triumvirate. California. Conspiracy. Soothsayer. Octavius. Philippi. Tragedy. Cassius. Flavius. Suicide. Brutus. Pompey. Portia. Senate. Casca. Ruler. Rome. William Shakespeare, 1564 to 1616, was an English poet and playwright. He is widely considered as the greatest writer in English literature. He is also one of best dramatists the world has known. He wrote about 38 plays, 154 sonnets, and many poems. His works have been translated into many languages, and his plays have been performed all over the world. His words will live on forever as he is the most quoted writer in the literature of the English-speaking world. Julius Caesar, 100 BC to 44 BC, was a powerful Roman general. His role in the transformation of the Roman Republic into Roman Empire is incomparable. Caesar fought a good many of military battles and brought back great riches to Rome. William Shakespeare's This play is all about the life of Julius Caesar. It is an exciting play with many colorful characters, some powerful speeches and lots of action. Some important characters: Julius Caesar, the great Roman general; Calpurnia, Caesar's wife; Mark Antony, the one true friend of Julius Caesar; Brutus, another dear friend of Caesar who turns against him; Decius, one of the conspirators sent to make sure that Caesar goes to the capital. Julius Caesar, the powerful Roman general, has just returned to Rome after defeating in battle his enemies, the sons of another general named Pompey. As Caesar parades through the cheering crowds who love him, the men in authority become nervous watching his growing powers and popularity with the common people. They begin to conspire against him. The evil Cassius, the jealous Casca, and finally the gentle Brutus all plan to bring Caesar to the Senate house or the capital and kill him. Calpurnia, Caesar's beautiful and loving wife, begs him not to go to the capital, but Decius, one of the conspirators, convinces Julius Caesar to go with him to the capital where he is to be assassinated. He had earlier been warned to be careful of the ideas of March. It was the 15th of March today. Scene 1. Caesar's house. Terrible thunder and lightning. Enter Caesar. Caesar. What a terrible storm! Neither the sky nor the earth was peaceful during the night. Even Calpurnia herself, while asleep, called out 3 times. Help! Help! They are about to murder Caesar. Enter Calpurnia. Calpurnia. Caesar, what are you thinking about? Are you still thinking of going out? I will not allow you to even step outside the house today. Caesar. I shall certainly go out. Calpurnia. Why? I have never attached much importance to omens, Caesar, but I am frightened of them today. Many unusual things have been witnessed and reported. A lioness has given birth to her young ones on the street of Rome. Graves with dead bodies have opened wide. Soldiers have been seen fighting among the clouds. Their blood fell like rain upon the Senate house in the capital. Caesar. What is determined by the mighty gods cannot be avoided. I shall go. Calpurnia. When princes are to die, the very heaven proclaimed the coming calamity. Caesar. Cowards die many times before their actual death. The brave experience the agony of death only once. Why do people fear death, which is unavoidable? Calpurnia. Stay indoors for my sake. Mark Antony will convey your message to the Senate that you are ill. Caesar, very well, I will not go too for your sake. Here is Decius, he shall tell them so. Decius, good morning, noble Caesar. I have come to accompany you to the capital. Caesar, I will not go to the Senate house today. Tell the senators that I am not coming. Calpurnia had a dream last night. She saw my statue having 100 spouts like a fountain. From each of these spouts ran blood instead of water. She also saw many Romans bathing their hands in my blood. She thinks that some evil will overtake me. So she has requested me to stay at home today. Decius, this is a wrong interpretation of the dream. Romans bathing in your blood only shows that your vitality shall renew the strength of them. Rome shall draw strength from you. If you don't come, the Senate may change its decision to offer you a crown today. Caesar, how foolish do your fears appear now, Calpurnia. Fetch me my robe. I shall not stay at home. They all leave. Scene 2. The Senate Hall in Rome. Casca, Cassius and Cinna are all conspirators who hate Caesar. Sound of trumpets. Enter Caesar, Brutus, Cassius, Casca, Decius, Metellus, Antony and others. Metellus, most high, most powerful and most potent Caesar, I place my humble heart in front of you. Caesar, I cannot allow you to do so. Simba, don't be so foolish as to think that you are flattering words, bowing or cringing will change my heart. Your brother has been exiled under legal orders. My decisions are always just and I'll not change them. Brutus, I have no intention to flatter you. To recall Publius Cimber's sentence of banishment immediately. Caesar, you too, Brutus? Cassius, I also fall at your feet to plead for the recall of Publius Cimber. Caesar, I am like the pole star. Like the pole star, I do not change my position. I will not change my mind. Cimber would remain banished. Cassius, let my hands express my view in this matter. First Cassius stabs Caesar, then the other conspirators do so, and lastly his friend Brutus does the same. Caesar, what? You too, Brutus? Then let me die. Caesar dies. Cinna, we have freedom and liberty at last. Oppression is over. Cassius, let some of you go to the public platforms and shout the slogans of liberty, freedom and equality for all. There is chaos outside. People are horrified that Caesar has been killed. There is panic and confusion in Rome. Scene 3. Enter Mark Antony. Brutus, here comes Antony. I welcome you, Mark Antony. Antony, addressing Caesar's dead body. Oh great Caesar, only a little while ago you stood above mankind like a tower, but now you lie low on the ground. Turning to the conspirators, if you want to kill me, do so. I'd like to die here beside Caesar. Brutus, oh Antony, do not ask to die at our hands. We killed Caesar for the people of Rome who had been wronged by Caesar's tyranny. Antony, I wish to know no more. I beg, however, that you permit me to carry Caesar's body to the forum and say a few words from the rostrum, as a friend should do during the funeral ceremony. Brutus, well, you are granted the permission, but I shall mount the rostrum myself first and explain why Caesar was put to death. All leave except Antony. Antony, addressing Caesar's dead body. Forgive me for being polite and submissive with your murderers. You are the remains of the noblest man that ever lived. I hereby predict that there will be fierce civil war, famine, sword, fire and war will be widespread. Dead bodies will lie decaying with no one to bury them. Leaves with Caesar's body. After the extract, after Brutus, Antony addresses the Romans. He is able to convince them that Caesar was not a dictator and that he loved them. He instigates them to revenge. Before the angry crowd reacts, the conspirators flee in terror. The war begins. The armies of Caesar and Antony clash with those of Brutus and Cassius. Brutus and Cassius are defeated and both commit suicide. Read the play quietly, then do the group reading. You could have a class play. William Shakespeare. Find meaning. Conspire to make an evil plan to harm or kill someone. Assassinate to kill a political leader or king. Omens, events regarding as signs that something good or bad will happen. Proclaim, announce. Calamity, a tragic incident. Capital, the Senate House. Overtake, befall. Cowards, persons who are weak and fearful. Interpretation, explanation. Vitality, power, strength. Spout, a pipe or tube projecting from a container. Potent, powerful. Cringing, showing excessive respect in order to gain favor. Exiled, sent out of the country as punishment. Tyranny, despotism. Rostrum, a raised platform. Exercises, creative expression. Tell your story. 1. You have read the speeches of Antony and Brutus. Both these speeches are counted amongst the greatest in English literature. This is so because they have the power to move. This power to move is called persuasiveness. It is an important characteristic of any speech because its absence renders the speech ineffective. Writing a speech requires preparation and planning. Let's look at some steps that will help you to write a speech for your own. 1. Begin your speech by greeting the audience. 2. Introduce yourself and your topic to the audience. 3. Organize your topic into points. These points are used to present your thought patterns. 4. In a lucid and logical manner. 5. Support your points with factual data like statistical figures or examples research. 6. Conclusions, etc. The purpose of this exercise is to lend a sense of authenticity. 7. Persuasiveness to your speech. 8. Conclude your speech with the reiteration of your main argument. 8. Thank the audience. Now share your experience as how would you prepare yourself with speech in the next school's need boy quiz contest. Cross-curricular connect. Critical thinking. Let's play a game. Think about the reaction of the Roman mob after the speeches of Brutus and Antony. What characteristics can be associated with the Roman mob? Do you think that Antony's speech had a greater effect on the mob? Why? Logical thinking. Fill in the blanks and choose 3 points to create an individual story on each. Use almost, nearly, or hardly to fill in the blanks. 1. He had a long story to tell. Dash. Anyone believed him. 2. My guest was not feeling well. He ate dash nothing. 3. Hurry up. Dinner is dash ready. 4. Go elsewhere. There is dash no space to sit here. 5. She sang so quietly that I could dash hear her. 6. She fell and dash broke her leg. 7. He is a busy person. He dash always arrives late. Answer. Do it yourself. Exercise time. Answer the following questions. 1. Why did Calpurnia want Caesar, her husband, to stay at home? Answer. She have never attached much importance to omens, but she frightened of them today. Many unusual things have been witnessed and reported. A lioness has given birth to her young ones on the street of Rome. Graves with dead bodies have opened wide. Soldiers have been fighting among the clouds. Their blood fell like rain upon the Senate House in the capital. 2. What was Caesar's reaction to Calpurnia's superstitions? Answer. Cowards die many times before their actual death. The brave experience agony of death only once. Why do people fear death which is unavoidable? Well, I will not go to for your sake. 3. Who convinced Caesar to go to the Senate? Answer. Decius convinced Caesar to go to the Senate. 4. What request was made to Caesar? Was it a genuine request or just an excuse? Answer. Initially, Caesar has been called by his close friend Brutus to the Senate hall. There, everyone tried to stab him. He fought with them. When he found his own friend turns against him, he could not resist over it and opted to die instead of living even after knowing his friend's unfaithful activity towards him. So the request made is just an excuse. 5. Who was Mark Antony? How did he feel about Caesar's death? Answer. Mark Antony was a true friend of Julius Caesar. He disguises his feeling when he is meeting with the conspirators after the assassination. But when he is alone with Caesar's body, he expresses his feelings eloquently. 6. What reason did Brutus furnish for killing Caesar? Answer. Brutus tells that he killed Caesar because he had become ambitious and wanted to be the king of Rome. He killed Caesar for the betterment of Rome. He was also ready to lay down his life for his country. Number 7. How did the people react to Caesar's assassination? What does this tell about their feeling for Caesar? Answer. Antony addresses the Romans. He is able to convince them that Caesar was not a dictator and that he loved them. He instigates them to revenge. Number 8. What happened to the conspirators at last? Answer. The conspirators flee in terror. The war begins. The armies of Caesar and Antony clash with those of Brutus and Cassius. Brutus and Cassius are defeated and both commit suicide. Find their meaning. 1. Defeated, to win a game, a fight, a vote, etc. against somebody to beat somebody. 2. Accompany, to go together with somebody or something. 3. Frightened, full of fear or worry. 4. Cheering, to shout to show that you like something or to encourage somebody who is taking part in competition, sport, etc. 5. Exciting, causing strong feelings of pleasure and interest. Fill in the blanks with the correct words. 1. You needn't worry about this golden child of yours. Metaphor. 2. The kind of tree spread its love and warmth on all those who sat in its shade. Personification. 3. We have reached a point of great decision, not just for our nation, not only for all humanity, but for life upon the earth. Climax. 4. Who is here so wild that will not love his country? Metaphor. 5. He lost his family, his car, and his cell phone. Anticlimax. 6. Oh grave, where is the victory? Exclamatory. Match the following. 1. Freedom, liberty. 2. Ground, base. 3. Conspiracy, scheme. 4. Banishment, eradicate. 5. Immediately, straight away. Take the right options. 1. I am like the pole star. Like the pole, I don't change my position. Who said these words and to whom? 1. Julius. 2. Brutus. 3. Cassius. Answer. 1. Julius. 2. What does et tu, Brut mean? A. You too, Brutus. B. Not you, Brutus. C. Come here, Brutus. Answer. A. You too, Brutus. Conceptual understanding. Given below are a few sentences. Complete the sentences given below and write a story based on them. 1. Art lies in concealing art. 2. It is a very cold day, as cold as a cup of hot chocolate with vinegar added to it and placed in a refrigerator for several hours. 3. The baby was as light as a feather in my lap. 4. As a helicopter pilot, he walks the razor's edge every day. 5. The tree spread his branches to shade me from the hot sun. 6. She's a snake in hiding. 7. Oh love, where have you flown? Do it yourself.